My last question. So back on April 1st, the department and the governor gave us a couple of different scenarios, projections. One was a worst case scenario, and one was the one everybody thought was much more realistic. I thought the worst case scenario was, I have to tell you, shameless fear mongering, because it built in metrics that just scared people. And I thought that was a shame. And I don't think that's government's place to do that. The one we thought was more likely had, if you follow the chart that was given to us, as of yesterday, we could expect 4,500 new cases. We had 1/10 of that. Given that reality, and it's glorious and it's wonderful, and I know we're all thrilled that we're making much faster progress, quicker than the administration expected. Some of us kind of expected it, looking at what was going on in Israel. But given that, and given the fact that anyone at this point who wants a vaccine can get it, what are we waiting for to drop all of this? The rules, the regulations, the restrictions, rather than going through them and reformulating these rules, regulations, restrictions, which could take months. Isn't it time to end it all and tell people, if you feel you're vulnerable or you've chosen not to get vaccinated, maybe you should wear a mask and social distance. But those who feel comfortable or have been vaccinated, hey, folks, it's time to go back to normal. Isn't it time for that?
You know, with the emergence of the variants, because of that, my answer would be a lot different, perhaps, what I'm going to say today. We know a lot about viruses. We know that they mutate. We know that a lot of them mutate and go away. We also know that right now we have over almost 4,000 variants circulating in New Jersey. The most predominant one is the UK variant, B117, which is highly transmissible, but our vaccines are effective against it. But I can assure you that there's many, many other variants. This is what viruses do. And until we get as many people vaccinated as possible, is the number 70%? It's more likely 80 or 90%. We know that vaccination is the only tool we have in our toolkit. We know it's having an impact, but I, myself, are personally concerned about the variants. I cannot, that is not to alarm people. All it is, and I'm vaccinated, I wear a mask everywhere because I know vaccination is not 100%. So if it's 95% and there's 5% chance that I could get a variant, I'm going to wear a mask. So, if it were not for the variants, then the answer would be a lot different.
Commissioner, I worry about variants too, and I buy into it. I'm not a denier, but we've been hearing about variants for 8 months. And none of the variants have broken out effectively against the vaccines, or for the most part against natural immunity. If we're going to move the goalposts like that and say, well, it might not be 70%, because I'd argue we're already at 70, 80% robust immunity within the community, and this is based on the numbers you and I spoke about the other day. If we're going to continue to move the goalposts, because it's very likely this is endemic, right? At this point, that means we will never eliminate these rules and social distancing at 6 feet and masks. It's demoralizing, and it's going to crush our restaurant industry if we don't get rid of the 6 foot social distancing rule. Again, we
Thank you, Senator.
cases the other day. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Senator. We're moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you.